Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Everyday Healthy Human podcast. My name is Jen Rulon, or some people may know me as Coach Jen. But today I have a very special guest. Her name is Rosangela, or they call her Rosa Spear from Venezuela, but now lives in Orlando, Florida. And she and I connected on the Instagram, on the gram, I call it, Rulon Racing, the Rulon Racing page. And then we reconnected on the Coach Jen Rulon page and your page. And we realized, we were talking before the podcast that we just know a lot of the same people because of the triathlon space. So thank you so much for joining me, Rosa, today on the Everyday Healthy Human podcast. So once again, thank you. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you for having me. It's an incredible opportunity. I'm so excited to be here. I just want to start with that. I'm super pumped to be here. I'm good. I'm great. It's
so
a
tell
good
us
day.
a little bit about yourself. Can you give us a minute elevator speech?
Right. So I'm 31 years old. I'm from Venezuela. I got here in 2015 to the United States. I graduated as a doctor. I don't have a license to practice here. I come from the academic background. So for me, it was just medicine and research and all these things. Even though I swam when I was a little kid, it was just like for a couple of years, but I didn't have any sort of idea what sports lifestyle was. In 2020, my life was just like with like everyone with COVID,
but with everybody.
Right. But I was dealing with a divorce and separation and isolation because of COVID. And at the time I was working in oncology. So my isolation had to be like real deal because I needed to take care of my patients. And running became just like a escape for me. That it was, aside from therapy, that became a huge tool for me just to get off my mind and just like go for a run. And it was something that I could do to protect my bubble and to keep me isolated from people, but just to get out of the house. So I started doing like this, like, I'm going to train for a 5K, 10K, and I went to a half marathon. I'm going to train for a full marathon. I got into trail running. I started like meeting all these community people from runners, and then I met the triathletes because we have a lot of people in common. And they were like, so you like to swim? And I was like, yeah, now that you mentioned, yes, I do. And they're like, well, get a bike and you can do a triathlon. And that got me to this journey. And in 2-3 years, I've done
3 years
now 270.3s. I'm going to do Escape from Alcatraz. I have on my top of my list, like I want to do 100-miler, a trail run. I want to do a 4 Ironman. So it's been incredible how that kept showing me like you're stronger than you think you are. It was just a reminder, like maybe a small goal, like train for a 10K. And I was like, if I can get that, maybe I can get of this like hole that it was my emotional situation at the time. And well, all the endorphins, the community that you need, that was very helpful for me. So yeah, it's been escalated very quick.
Yes, it did. Let me ask you this, because I talk about like transformation, that whole, becoming a butterfly, like we all go into a metamorphosis, and we could all go in through a metamorphosis many times in our lives, right? From maybe when you started school to as a doctor to moving to Orlando to like just everything, right? What significant changes or transformations have you experienced to lead that healthier lifestyle other than just running and the triathlon? Like, what habits do you think you've stayed on? Because there's a lot of people out there that don't want to do a 5K, 10K, half Ironman, right? So now I want to talk to the everyday humans who want to become healthy. So right. What maybe, if you look back at your journey, other than running, what else do you think helped you transform?
I think that if I can translate that message for like exercising, I think that I'm a caregiver. That's part of my personality. That's part of my core. That's why I study medicine. But I think that the, that change of gear was taking care of me and having like that. I cannot take care of others if I'm not well. So I think that that was the first step. And for me, taking care of me was exercising, aside from the therapy and like connection with people. That is, for me, it's so easy to go like in isolation and just like to not reach out to anyone and to keep that bubble. It's just like my safe space. But I was very grateful to have like this community that they kept me out of my comfort zone and just like got me out of my house. But I think that the first step that I took, it was like, well, I need to take care of me. And taking care of you can mean X amount of things. Can be doing something that, I don't know, for me it was a new hobby, but it can be just a hobby that you have years without doing it. So,
Right.
Or my dog.
I
It's
like
just like
that.
to take care of someone else, but it's just like that emotional bond. So I think that for me, that was a big step.
Yeah. And I think something that needs to be reiterated, and the rooster agrees, is that self-love is not selfless. And that is something that has come up for me quite a bit on my own journey, is that you truly have to take care of yourself before you can start giving to others.
Right.
Like I always hear people like, you have to fill your cup first before you can start pouring into others. Because if you're pouring from an empty cup, they're not going to get anything. You're not getting anything, right? So,
Right.
and especially as a medical professional, like that's who you are. You give, 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 give. And finally you shifted gears and realized, wait a minute, who's filling up my own cup? Who's filling up my cup?
Yeah. So every
Nicely
day
done.
it was just like just choose me every day. So for me, and that's part of the accountability for training nowadays, because not every single day you want to train, not every single day, but it's just like keep choosing you. It's just for you. Ultimately at the end of the day, that's a goal for me. I do this because I love it. So
right. And I think this is a great transition for the next question. What challenges or obstacles did you encounter during your transformation process, and how did you navigate them?
I think that timing, because
Say that
see,
again.
timing, just like time planifications,
Timing.
just like it's you want to have more than 24 hours a day, or
Yeah.
you, or like, I don't know, just like set priorities. What is a priority for you? Or sleep less. Sleeping is
Right.
necessary, yes, but if you want to
Very
do
necessary.
X amount of things, sometimes you need to wake up earlier, or yeah. So I think that timing for me at the beginning was, especially because my transition into a healthier lifestyle started for like training for a 10K. So I only ran like once or twice per week, but then started escalating and I started incorporating more and more things. And at some point, I was working in a hospital. I had a doggy to take care of. Now I work traveling. So it's just like it's managing all this time, because it's like, it's so easy to lose yourself again. And it's so easy to think like, oh, but I'm exhausted after work. Yeah, but then you have to work for you. Then you have to give yourself some time to do the things that you love, not just work. So yeah, that was a challenge. And I think that it keeps being a challenge every single day.
Right. It's interesting you say that, because just today, like we get on the call and I'm sweating bullets, and it's because I just got done with a 40-minute walk on the beach, but I knew I needed that today to ground myself. I'm tired as all get out. I was up at 4:30 this morning, like I couldn't fall back to sleep. And I was like, okay, like just go ground yourself, throw on some Latino music, learn the language a little bit more so, right?
Love it.
And and I think that really helped. And I was able to like just sort of move and dance on the beach, and it just like it's your priority. Like, could I
Yeah.
have sat on my hammock
Right.
and fallen asleep? Oh, 100%.
Right.
And I wanted to do that really bad.
Right.
But like you said, it's that priority. Like, okay, you're going to feel better after you do this versus
Right.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep. I like that. Um, so you and I chatted a little bit too before, and you made a comment about, not being an athlete. And I think a lot of people come in with that mindset. Like, and I felt the same way. I mean, I was a kid that hated running. And I talk about that in my first episode about just my journey and how much I hated running. Like I was not
Wow.
good at running. And so I never considered myself once again as an athlete. And you made that comment to me as well, that you're like, well, I'm not an athlete. I'm like, but you've done 5K, 10Ks, you've done a couple half Ironmans. Girl, I think you're an athlete, right?
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you the mindset of an athlete, right? How can the mindset of an athlete, even though you don't say you're an athlete, but you're an athlete, how can that apply to your everyday life? And how can that help somebody that is just starting their own transformation?
Well, first of all, as I told you before, I think that Buster syndrome is a huge thing, and maybe it's not recognized as it should. But I think that for me, it was so hard to recognize, like, where do you put the line? Like, oh, I wasn't an athlete, but now I'm an athlete. Of course, I know that I'm an athlete today because I train every single day, because I'm a goal
Mm-hmm.
seeker person. I think that part of the things that I can grab from my athletic lifestyle, it comes with my personality too. So I'm a planner. So I'm gonna sit
Mm-hmm.
down on
Yes.
Sundays and planify, like, hey, so this is my working schedule. This is my workout schedule that I have to do. If I have to miss a workout, which one is gonna be? Which one is more important? So I'm a planner. So I'm gonna have I have like my personal planner, I have my workout planner. So that's a thing. I think that holding me accountable, because I know that if I don't have a plan, it's so easy for me to say, like, I want to take a nap, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
Or so, because I know where my weakness, or some days that I'm like extra exhausted, I'm gonna reach out to a friend and say, like, hey, do you want to swim with me? Do you want to go for a run? Because I know that if it's just for me. So I think that part of the things that are benefits from the workout lifestyle, that it comes to my day to day, it comes with my personality too. It's just like, make yourself a goal, make yourself maybe small goals to get to that big
Mm-hmm.
goal. Set yourself some boundaries, or your daily priorities. Or if you need to
Mm-hmm.
change in the way, that's good. That's okay too. Life happens. So I think that
Right.
everything comes in play, but a big part of that, I think, why it works for me is because it's part of my personality too. Nowadays, as
Yeah.
you said, it's just ingrained in my lifestyle. Like,
Yeah.
I know that I'm gonna work. It's not a job. It's that I get to do my workouts, even though some days sucks and some days you don't want to do it, but you still show up.
Mm. You still show up, and what you're doing is you've developed habits, and habits are crucial. Whether you drink 1 32 ounce of these or 4 of them, like eventually it's going to get easier and easier to take 1 32 ounce, whatever that might
Right.
be. It's going to be easier to walk 5,000 steps, and then later on it will be 6,000 steps. Like my brother has, I don't know if he still has it, but it's the Fitbit, right? And so
Mhm.
when he doesn't get his 10,000 steps in, he will walk around the kitchen, and it's like, oh, my brother doesn't have his steps in, like, and it's funny because last night I noticed my fitness ring on my iPhone. It didn't hit. I was like, wait a minute. So I'm going walking back and forth. I'm like, oh my God, I'm my brother right now, but it's just like, you start thinking about how is that going to affect you, like later,
Right.
the next day. And I am a big advocate of, like, how can we be better for tomorrow? Like, how
Right.
can we show up to be better tomorrow? So I
Right.
love that. I love the habits. I love the goals. The one thing I heard years ago, they called it brain dump. Brain dump. So you, like, dump your whole noggin on those papers, and that's what you do every Sunday. You do a brain dump.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if y'all are interested, check it out. Like, type in
I
brain
will.
dump, and that's such a great tool to use.
Right.
And you're right, on Sundays, or even every day, like, even
Yeah.
like on, like, okay, what do I need to do today? It's like, I have
Right.
this and this. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I had, like, even me, I still, to this day, it says walk in my calendar.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple reminder, but yes, and it's
It
just
is
like
a simple.
it's so part now of my routine, as you said, that whenever it's like, oh, post race, and you know that you have to rest, you know that you have to give your body
Yeah.
resting days, because I know that it's important, but it's just like off my routine that I need to find something else
Yeah.
to do, because it gets like in
Yeah.
my mind, and it's like I'm going insane. I need to just go for a
Right.
walk, do some
Right.
yoga, do something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yoga. Yeah, exactly. Do something. Strength train. Don't forget
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, Speaking of triathlon and the community, we know community is crucial for humans. Whether 2020 taught us that. 2020 taught us that we truly needed human beings to be around. And when we were isolated, it was tough for a lot of us, a lot of people. But tell me about the community that you found in the triathlon space, and how that they have helped you.
I think that not just the triathlon, but the running community in the beginning, they
Oh,
were
sure.
so welcoming,
Yeah.
and especially because I was just so new and didn't have any knowledge at all. And I was eager to learn, but I'm so grateful that every single person that I have encountered so far in these last 3 years, they have been so welcoming, and so like, um, let's introduce you to this new person, or let's connect with this new person. And so I found, because of the running community, I found the trail running community, and because of them I found the triathlon community. and and since day one, they were like, what questions do you have? Oh, so you cannot afford a new bike, let's get you a new bike. So I remember that my cyclist friend, they were just like looking around for the best price of it, because I
So
didn't know
sweet.
anything. I was like, how can I pick a bike? I don't know anything. So I remember that my baby, that's right there. Some cyclist friends, they found this person that had like a brand new bike that they never used anyway. So accountability, just like so much love, so much encouragement. I
Mm-hmm.
think that people that suffer because we're training and we're suffering in training, we
Right.
form a strong bonds. I think that our
For
like
sure.
long breaks over the weekends with the same person over and over again, those are almost therapy sessions, and you get to know these people, and you get to be part of their journey too. So it's like,
Mhm.
it's so nice not just to see you get better into sport, but to see your community getting better.
Yeah.
And it's just like this energy that just like helps you thrive, I guess I want to say. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. I love it. And Trace Peñas is the
Yes.
community that we are talking about. And I think, whether you're not in a triathlon community or a running community, like, I think there's a ton of communities online on Facebook. and just type in like, even in, I'm in Costa Rica, and I keep seeing like new
Yeah.
like tribes or clans or whatever, even like south of me. It's like, oh, let me jump on here. Like
Yeah.
maybe I can help somebody out in the swimming or whatever
Right.
that might be.
I travel for work,
It's
and it's so easy for me just to, whenever I'm in a new city, I just like tap in Facebook, like whatever city running club.
yeah,
First of all, I feel safer to run in a new city because
yes,
I'm gonna meet new people. It's just so
yeah,
easy. Usually, athletes, we are very welcoming with new people around. So it's just like
yeah.
it's so
E-
nice.
Yeah, and even Strava. Strava's a
Yeah,
fantastic community. Whether you're walking, swimming, biking, running, whatever it might be, like it's so great because I'll put like my beach cruiser ride into
mm-hmm.
into town, and everybody's like, "Yeah, rocked it." I'm like, "Yeah, my watts were high." And it's fun, bantering back and forth.
Yep,
And
absolutely.
so whatever, I think that's a really good, other than, we talked about self-love, we talked about really habits. And then I think another big factor here for us, for all of us, is community, and really
Yeah.
find a community that you connect with.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I agree. Um, so I asked you one question on the form, but I'm going to have you answer it. Where to go? Uh, what is one final thought that you could give to the listeners about how to start their own transformation and become their own beautiful butterfly?
You don't have to have an athletic background. You might not have the knowledge, the tools, the shoes, you name it. Um, it might be scary to even start because you don't know anything. But getting out of your comfort zone and showing you that you are stronger, more capable than you think you are, it's goal. It's like
Mm.
showing yourself wrong, proving yourself wrong. I would never imagine me in all these races that I'm doing, in all this training that I'm doing. If you ask my friends that have been like lifelong friends, they cannot believe what I'm doing right now because I never was this person. Um, so just prove yourself wrong. Prove yourself wrong.
Love it.
Um, it's so nice whenever I get to see even a workout that I think like, geez, I don't think that I can tackle this, and then I finish it, and it's just like a quick reminder, like you are stronger than you think you are. Be kind to yourself,
Yeah.
and just like, again, sometimes you need to show up, and you will surprise yourself. So I think that working for yourself it's so important, and again, as I mentioned before, it's so easy to lose yourself. So I think
Yep.
that it's just a constant reminder for me. Just I put it on my planner, like, hey, you are doing this, you get to do this, like tiny
Yeah.
sticky notes all over the place. Like choose yourself. Um, yeah,
I love it. I love it. And I think, Rosa, you are a beautiful example of being that everyday healthy human that I really, I mean, that that plays a role in in this podcast, because I
thank you.
think you 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 weren't an athlete,
Yeah,
and you pushed yourself to become a better everyday healthy human through fitness. And I'm telling everybody, like, that is where it starts. And
yeah,
if you could take care of that body first, then that's going to help the mind, it's going to help the emotional, it's going to help the spiritual. It's just the whole package, or the whole trinity,
absolutely.
whatever you wanted, the mind, body, and the soul, for
Mm-hmm.
sure. So let me ask you, what races do you have coming up so we can go on Ironman app and cheer you on?
So I have skate from Alcatraz in 2 weeks.
Oh, it is is it really? In
June
June? They moved
June
it.
11th. Yes, it's the second week of June. 2 weeks and I'm
Okay.
in San
So
Francisco. You can track me there.
Okay, so
They have a tracking app too. So that's
okay,
gonna be
so I
something.
don't think it's gonna launch by then, but that's okay. And then what else do you have coming up? Escape from Alcatraz?
Um, so I have a top list of races that I want to do. I really,
Okay,
really want to train for a full Ironman.
good.
I don't know if it's gonna be this year or not, and I think I'm gonna register for August 70.3. So
Ah, very good.
I know that I want to do another 70.3 this year. I did Wilmington last year and I loved it. Um,
Yeah,
but I don't know if this is gonna be my year for it. The pool that I'm thinking about is Ironman Florida, that is in November.
Florida.
So
Yep.
it would be like I have like my calendar just blocked just in case if I decided to register for that one, but we'll
And
see.
Augusta is September.
Yes.
It's a good
Mm-hmm.
setup.
Right. So
So
that
I always suggest to athletes two half Ironmans before you do a full.
right, right. So I did
Yep.
Clash Miami, I did Wilmington. So that would be my
Yeah.
third if I sign up.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be your third. Yeah.
And I want to sign up at some point for 100 miler on trails. So yes.
Good luck with that. Like
Yeah.
I think y'all are crazy. Like everybody's like, I talked to Jonathan. He's like, "Oh, I'm doing the Ultraman." I'm like, "Y'all are nuts." Like I'm good with my 15 Ironmans.
Yeah,
Like
that's nuts.
to do, yeah, to do the
I mean,
100, but
I might do it at
yeah,
some point, but that's nuts. Yes, it is.
yeah,
It is.
yeah. But you have those BHAG goals, and that's good. The big, hairy, audacious goals, and that's beautiful. So, if you're just jumping on, and Rosa talked about her journey becoming that beautiful butterfly, and it's just it's a beautiful transformation. So, thank you so much for
Thank
joining.
you.
And where can people follow you? Are you on the gram? I
Yes.
know you're on the
So
gram.
my Instagram handle is Rosangela M Romero. That is my
Okay.
maiden name. Um. So basically, there. Yes, I'm always
There.
there.
Perfect.
Yeah, I love
Okay.
to just like keep track of all my trainings, and
Of
it's just
course.
fun for me to watch like the process and rewind
Yeah.
and see like, wow, a year back I was
Yeah.
training for this. So it's just fun, a fun process.
Great. Great. So, yes, we will put that in the show notes about how to find her on Instagram. By the time this launches, you've already accomplished escape to Alcatraz, and you're gonna crush it. You're gonna nail it. We're gonna manifest it. Right. We're gonna
Amen.
talk about it. So, amen. So, folks, if you are loving the Everyday Healthy Human podcast, I would be honored, and I would love for you to rate this podcast, subscribe, share the episodes with your friends, leave a comment, doing all that fun stuff. Because down in Costa Rica, what do we say? Pura vida.
Love
Ciao.
it.